gonna win the world, team.
Edwards. Oh, Edwards! They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome to Wolves After Dark. Timberwolves win against the Thunder. Always a good game against the Thunder. 123 to 111, but honestly, it wasn't really even that close. We dominated most of the game, played with a ton of heart, and had a lot of players play well. A lot of players play well, especially a lot that are in some trade discussions right now. If you're new here, subscribe to the stream. We're like 10 subscribers away from like 2,700 subscribers or something, so I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if we get to 50 likes on the stream, we'll do a t-shirt giveaway. If we get to 75 likes, we'll do a hoodie giveaway as well. And if we get to 100 likes, we'll do a ticket giveaway. Look at all these likes. As always, the show is brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring. We will talk about them a little bit more once we get to the tier list. But how about that thumbnail? I love it. Pretty great. HSD, the graphics department. Indeed, we're going to have to give them a raise. Wolves came to play. Send this meh champion home. Some strong words from creative, insightful. What the heck? Never in doubt. I hope Giannis liked what he saw. Yeah, I don't know. The Giannis thing, we talked about it a little bit last night, so I'm not going to really go. I mean, it's going to come up in conversation, but the thing about this game is like when you have Jaden play like this and you have Nas play like this and Randall, but like when you have your team play like this, I don't really feel like such a strong desire to be like, yeah, let's like trade all these guys to just get a player that's injured right now. Even if they are a top 3 player in the league. And my real take on the whole Giannis situation, you guys can correct me if I'm way off base here, but I really think that it's like, I don't know. I'm a real believer in that. Like, you need to have some bench here, like OKC's model. You can't just have a super team because, like, even if you have an amazing starting lineup with like 3 top players, or like Ant and Giannis together would obviously be incredible. And if you throw Rudy in there, your defense is crazy. But like, if you don't have like a Nas to put in there, or a Randall, or a Jaden, like if you don't have any of those guys, like even in a hypothetical trade where it's like we go out and get Drew Holiday plus Giannis, and it's like I guess that's good, but then we don't have like a power forward. If we get rid of all those 3 players that I was mentioning, it just gets messy. I want a little bit more comfort. I'm not saying no to a Giannis trade, but I'm also not saying yes. It's a little tricky, but Ant-Man with the clutch jersey to give away for that kid's 8th birthday. Yeah, another jersey giveaway for Ant. Love it. Thumbnail. Yes. We are going to the Super Bowl. Holy cow. Randall minutes low tonight, I say. They were not good. Not necessarily good minutes. Kind of weird. We'll talk about it a little bit, but they better keep winning. Well, luckily, we don't have the toughest schedule coming up, but we also don't have the easiest. It's kind of like in between. Because we play Memphis twice at Memphis, and they've been, I don't want to say they've been scrappy. I don't really know what their record's been for the last 10 games, but they're not going to be like a walk in the park win. I mean, we could make it that way, but like we have to take them seriously. And then the Raptors, who I guess are a potential name for Giannis, but Giannis isn't going to play even if he gets traded there. And then, yeah. So, I mean, it's not that crazy. And then next Friday is the Pelicans. So, I don't know. Daniel Barry Sports, sup everybody. Can you explain your thumbnail? I choose not to. It's art up for interpretation. That's what I'd say. Jaden is untouchable. Honestly, after a game like this, you just got to pray and hope that whoever the GM is for the Bucks is not watching this game. Or whatever team could be a part of a 3-team trade with the Bucks. But I'm coming in throwing fastballs. Jaden, A1 game. Whoa, Nick Anderson. Okay, we'll get to the tier list in a second, but also get Baron J in the game. Young pups got to eat. Yeah, but tonight it was weird. I didn't even notice that he wasn't playing until like the 4th quarter. And then I was like, oh yeah, we never played Baron J. Pretty crazy. But trade Randall, bro, was still ass. He was It was weird. Okay, so like let's go through the game quarter by quarter as we do to start. We're gonna start with just the recap, then we're gonna get into the tier list, and then we'll talk maybe Giannis or trades or whatever at the end. Um, but the first quarter, I actually took some notes tonight, guys. I did my homework because I feel like I've been struggling to like recap games at times. Not that this game would have been a difficult one, but I felt like I needed to have some notes. But right out of the gate, Anthony Edwards was engaged, active, offensively and defensively. It was like this was like a true superstar player. Not that Ant isn't like that normally for us, but this was like a slightly higher level than we're used to, which makes sense. We're going up against OKC. I really don't think these teams like each other. Like this isn't just like a show off kind of like, yeah, we just want to prove that we're the better young team or whatever. I mean, obviously OKC's won a championship, but like um I don't really know if there's that many like friends here. Like there's a lot of other games where we're like dapping people up and like having a good conversation after the game. I don't really think that happens with OKC. But no, Ant was aggressive, had really incredible. I think Ant had incredible defense tonight for at least the first half. Bones was on fire early. Randall, this is what we were talking about. Randall had some plays where he was just like so totally sped up. Again, this was very reminiscent of the playoff series last year against OKC. But then he was having these plays like he stripped Shea on one of the first plays of the game, and then he was like other moments in the game where he was like providing lockdown defense. It was crazy. So like he had a generally pretty bad game, but like it wasn't really like so like he had a couple moments that made it that it maybe wasn't Wancho is maybe what I'll say, but we were also causing a ton of turnovers early. That felt really, really good. Kind of turning the tide. What did we end up with at the game or at the end of the game for turnovers? We had a lot of points off turnovers, but they ended up doing that too. Some of that could have been due to the end of the game too. But we both had about 30 points off of turnovers, but that's a lot for us. I guess we only had 19 at halftime, though. Oh, I don't think I had it. Yeah. Well, it was actually pretty even at halftime too. But yeah, in the second quarter, the beginning of the second quarter, our offense was still clicking for like the first 3 minutes or something like that. But then the last like 6-ish minutes of the second quarter was not super good. We were getting open shots, but OKC was still turning the ball over, and we were just getting really lucky with some bounces and offensive rebounds we kept getting opportunities, but it wasn't like we were actually taking advantage of it too much there in the second. And then to end that second quarter, obviously, Anthony Edwards with like, I mean, he was getting fouled by Shea on that play. I don't think people saw that. I think they were only looking at Dort. But Shea was holding him like this, like Shea does to Ant all the time. And Ant's reacting and then throws his elbow. That was not fun, and obviously deserves a tech in that situation. But I think that should have been a foul. So going into the half, I mean, we were shooting pretty well. We were shooting 47. They were shooting 44. We were shooting 48. We had 12 threes to their 5. Everything was looking up for the Timberwolves. Third quarter, Jaden comes out on fire. He was on fire a lot of the game, but like he really came out on fire in the third. I specifically wrote Randall is doing a ton of dumb shit, driving into 4 people, but making some key plays along the way. Because there were some moments because he had the one play where he was like driving into 4 people, and it was like, what are we doing? Also, shout out Manimal, because Manimal in the Discord, shout out the Discord. I liked this comment that you said. You said we need the Jokic version or something to this effect. You were like, we need Jokic version of Randall against OKC. We can't have Randall version of Randall. Like we can't have it be this like score centric. Like you need to be a little bit more like you need to pass. You need to have good ball control, which I know is a struggle for him, especially against OKC. But if he can get it out to some shooters, that's super good. But also, other note, Stan Van Gundy at some point said that SGA didn't flop and doesn't like embellish contact or something like that, which led to silence from the other announcers. And then Ant got hit on that screen and went to the locker room. I was worried he was actually concussed for a second. And I hope that this is just the end of that conversation. I don't want to talk in like 3 games after the 2 Memphis games and be like, oh man, maybe Ant did get concussed because he sucked ever since. Um, but yeah. And then the fourth quarter, the only thing about the fourth quarter that wasn't super fun is that it did feel like OKC could have come back. Um, we made just enough plays. Like Dante made some great defensive plays and hit a couple shots, I think. Um, that was like super, super, super good. But we ended up winning Wolves in 5. Oh man, let me catch up on it. Yeah, dude, the Steve Van Gundy content was the comment was crazy. I was like, do you mean to say this, or is this like you're just on live TV and you accidentally said it and now you're just going with it? Like what? Yeah, that comment made me yell. That was crazy. I think the other announcers also, because there was kind of a weird like chuckle when he was saying that at a point. I don't know, but yeah, yeah, it was weird because in the hallway when they were going back, he was kind of doing the like blinking and almost like head shaking things that a lot of NFL players do when they get concussed. It was more just the blinking. Maybe I'm making up the head thing, but I like when you're back. I understand that he knows that there's cameras back there, but it's like a little different to me. I feel like when you're back there, you're not doing the kind of like fake. I'm not trying to say he's a faker, but like I think sometimes you might show that you're hurt a little bit more when you're out there to garner some like fan support, but then when you're in the back, you can kind of just like be yourself a little bit more. But again, that's an unnecessary comment by me. But when they got to 12, I was worried. 100% young star, 100%. Had no doubt in my mind that they would come back. Yeah, I know. I actually put a bet down that they would. When we went down by, or when we went up by, I think it was 22 or something like that, late in the third. I was like, bro, I'm throwing money on OKC because stupid Kalshi, which I don't want to say stupid because not the app is stupid, but the odds that were there, it felt like impossible. It was like plus 2,000. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put like $10 down that the OKC comes back. Did not happen, obviously. So, anyways, at the 6-minute mark, when OKC was within 12, I had flashbacks to the Western Conference Finals, and Julius getting stripped of the ball 4 possessions in a row. Oh my gosh, don't remind me. I put that out of my head. Oh my goodness. I was pissed when Van Gundy said, yeah, I was like, do you watch the games? Like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, he's not afraid of contact. And I was like, I mean, yeah, but like, whatever. I don't know. That was crazy. And then like earlier in the broadcast, or maybe it was later, they're like, he is the third, or maybe that was the same moment where they're like, he's like got the third most free throws or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, generally a pretty fun game. I mean, here's the thing that I hate about this game. Okay. I hate that this game makes it impossible to gauge what this team is, because this is the complaint that we've had all season long. We talk about like, okay, well, we just lost by 20 to this terrible team and we looked miserable, but then the next game we go out and beat OKC by 20. So it's like, what version of this team is the team that we are actually, like, who are we actually? And this is one of those games where I look at it and I'm like, well, we don't need to trade for Giannis. We don't need to do anything, because if we play like this every night, even the announcers were like, man, if the Timberwolves play like this all the time, like we're talking like the finals. And I believe in that, even though we aren't as deep as I think we need to be. And I still wouldn't mind doing a smaller deal for like a Kobe White or something like that. But I don't know. It's impossible to gauge with this team, because if we're going to play this well on a night like this, I get it. OKC was also shorthanded. This wasn't like just an even win. I mean, we didn't have Mike Conley, so that's a pretty big deal. No, I'm just kidding. But this is just one of those really frustrating games to like analyze. I mean, I'm going to have fun with the tier list because I feel like a lot of players play pretty well. At least I think. I don't really think too much about the tier list during the game, but yeah, it's just who do we take this version of the team going forward, or do we look at the games where we've lost really, really terribly? I don't know. It's very tricky. But if we match up against OKC this year in the playoffs, we might pull it off this time. Not gonna lie, I do think we've made some improvements. Randall is still going to be a huge focus for them. But the way Nas is playing right now, and if Jaden can play well offensively like he did tonight, then I have confidence against a fully healthy OKC team. I think it would probably be a long series because I think both of these teams make some mental mistakes. I understand that OKC is known as like a very mentally strong team, but you know, they have made mistakes. They made mistakes last year in the playoffs, every single series that they played. So, um, I'd be interested. I would like this to maybe not be like the first round. Like I'd like this to be like the Western Conference Finals again, um, but yeah. So we'll see. I believe you're right, Manimal. I think we are 2-1. Yep. I don't think we need to make a huge trade, but I do think we need to make a smaller trade. This is a little bit more where I am right now. And I know there's a lot of people. It's funny. I love how much this is really dividing people. I mean, dividing is the wrong word, but just how divided people are on this issue. A lot of people are like, why are you guys crying about Jaden McDaniels when we could be getting Giannis, regardless of his injuries, regardless of his age, regardless of any bench depth? Like, you're talking about getting Giannis. You like shut up and don't care about anything. And then there's the other side that's like, we have literally no bench depth, and Giannis, if he doesn't sign a deal, like you're done in a year and a half. So, and he's injured and he's older. So it's interesting. I mean, I think if I'm really taking a deep look at the team, I would say making a small move. It all depends on what the cost is for like a Kobe White, an Io DeSumo, or whoever, one of the Chicago Bulls guards. If we can get one of them for Dillingham plus seconds and maybe Mike Conley, like I think that kind of a move drastically changes that second lineup, because then you've got a lot of scoring going. You've got because then your bench goes from basically only Nas Reed, and you just hope that Jalen Clark has a good game. You hope that Bones has a good game, which luckily he did tonight. But then you go from that to having Nas and a Kobe White or something like that, and then it's like, oh man, already. I mean, just having 7 players is massive. 7 like solid players for the playoffs. Because then I have confidence in our later bench picks, like Bones, like Clark, like even TJ when he comes back, to kind of have the 3 or 4 of those guys rotate in and out of that like 8th man spot, or maybe 9th, depending on how many people we play. But if we're gonna trade for Giannis, and it's gonna be like we have to give up, like I was saying earlier, if we're giving up, if there is a Giannis trade that somehow involves more people or Drew Holiday or whatever, and we end up giving up like Randall, Jaden, and Nas, like I understand that even still the starting lineup would be cool, but it's like then we're relying on those Jalen Clarks, the TJs, the Mike Conleys potentially if he's still here, to be like our 6th man, like or even our 5th. Like it's really tough. So I don't really see it happening. Like I understand that Tim Conley is aggressive, but it's a struggle for me. I'm still interested to see that Giannis on this team, but I just think that you want to have a little bit of depth, and I don't hate the idea of just going for something small. Oh shoot! Also, laptop fun Thunder Sundre. I don't know what that is. Blunder doesn't matter. Wolves and 5. Wolves and 5 is all that matters. Thank you, Ryan, for the laptop fund donation. I appreciate you. And as I mentioned, 50 likes t-shirt giveaway, 75 likes hoodie giveaway, 100 likes ticket giveaway. We are over halfway there, almost halfway to the hoodie giveaway. How about that? I don't want Giannis on this team. He's injury prone. Yeah. The Giannis comment is to like fantasy basketball. Yeah, versus actually, yeah, or 2K. Like, yeah, it's very similar. Going for superstars looks good on paper, but doesn't drive consistency and could screw up chemistry. Yeah, chemistry too. I mean, you're doing that mid-season, and it's like, well, right now, where are we in the standings? Yeah, we're 5th right now, and it's like, I mean, we're really not that. Like, it would be different. Like, I think also the other thing about Giannis here, before we get to the tier list, is I truly do think that the Warriors have the best case for him right now, and the best like safety net to deal with any bad repercussions of that potentially. Like if he were to get injured longer, or if he were to, I don't know, something bad happens. Because as I was saying last night, these teams like the Lakers, the Warriors, the Heat, kind of the Knicks, all of those are like sought after destinations and sought after teams that people want to play for. So they don't, I mean, they have draft picks and draft picks are important, but the draft picks are more important for them for moments like this, to go out and steal a star from a smaller market, so that that small market team can rebuild and have a chance to get another star. It's the gross reality of the NBA still, because how do you change like these teams, like the Lakers or the Warriors? It's like, I mean, people want to play there. So if people want to play there because they have stars, because they have money, because they get brand deals, because they're generally places that people enjoy to live, with better weather or whatever the stupid reasons are. But the Warriors makes a lot of sense. They have a lot. I didn't realize how many picks and pick swaps they could trade. And like from the Bucks standpoint, like I don't know that like putting Giannis with Steph is necessarily like this automatic like championship or even amazing team, because Steph is injury prone and Giannis is injury prone. So that means that those picks are going to be potentially valuable in immediately or in the future. So, and then like if you throw in Kuminga, if you throw in Will Richard or whoever it may be, I'm like, that to me feels like the right deal. But I don't know that that's what the Warriors are offering. But I feel like the Warriors can do that. I don't have a problem with the Warriors doing that. But I don't know. This isn't Warriors After Dark. This is Wolves After Dark. Warriors After Dark comes up right after this. But anyways, I think other teams make a little bit more sense. I'm not doubting that we have a chance, but it's less of a need for us and more of like a, hey, are you really wanting to take like a risk? So we'll see. We actually might have won this. I actually thought this at a point. Love Fadina. Is this Wolves After Dark or Warriors After Dark? Exactly. Okay, let's get to the tier list. Let's pull it up. Tier list time. As always, this is brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring. 4th Gen Flooring in the chat. They've been sponsoring us for a little while now. They've sponsored some ticket giveaways. They're sponsoring what looks to be a likely ticket, or not ticket giveaway, but a something giveaway, merch giveaway tonight, maybe even a hoodie giveaway if we can get to 75 likes, but 50 likes for a t-shirt, or t-shirt of your choosing. So I've got the Bones one on right now because he played well tonight. But anyways, tier list time brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring. And let's hear from Cameron on 4th Generation Flooring. This episode of Wolves After Dark and this tier list are brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring, a local family-run business and a Wolves After Dark member with 4 generations of experience in carpet and vinyl flooring, 1 skilled crew, careful furniture moving, and competitive pricing on quality stocked products, plus access to a huge special order showroom. 4th Generation Flooring, quality work done right. All right, thanks, Cameron. Tier list. And for some reason, have all these guys in the bucket down here in very odd increments. But it's somewhat in a better order today, although Baron J didn't really play. So we're going to put him down there. But thank you, 4th Gen Flooring, 4th Gen Flooring. As I've always said, we appreciate you. If you have any questions about 4th Gen Flooring or anything, feel free to reach out to me, that email, that Instagram, anything, let us know. And we can get you in touch. All right. Perfect. 4th Gen Flooring. I love it. Got to get the emote here. We have the emote in the Discord, but okay. Whoops, I'm on the standings. We're 5th, by the way. We're 5th, and we're 2.5 games back of the 3 seed. Still 3 games back of the whatever seed. 2 seed. Okay. Let's start. We're not going to do Rob Dillingham. We're not going to do Baron J. We're not going to do Leonard Miller. We're not going to do Ingles. We're not going to do Johnny Juzang. Bones Highland. Get your grades in for Bones Highland. Great game from Bones. It's weird. I feel like he scored more points, but this felt like a pretty good game. Late was a little rough, but most of the game was pretty good. He played 23 minutes. He had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Wow, he was only 3 of 9. Am I brainwashed? Did he not play well? I felt like he played pretty well. He was 3 of 6. He did have 5 turnovers, 3 fouls. Am I crazy? I mean, I know that the end of the game was not good. Let me look at his quarter by quarter stats. He had 6 points in the first. Felt good in the first. Maybe I'm just remembering the first. 7 minutes in the second. Didn't really do much. Had 2 turnovers. Played 5 minutes. Had 3 points in the third. Had 2 turnovers and 2 fouls. This felt like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This felt like a good Bones night, but yeah. Caps lock, cruise control for cool. Cash. See, I felt like he was pretty good. Got busy scoring. Apparently, he only had 9 points. That feels impossible to me. Bones had a great first half. I'd go with nice. I think nice. Yeah. I mean, I think in my head I was thinking cash. But I guess I didn't realize how much he was missing there at the end. But regardless, Bones, shout out Bones merch down low in the description below. Got some awesome Bones merch. And I think he'll be around regardless of trade or not. Because I don't think that he's going to be a part of a trade if we do one. He would be immediately way more important for us. And tonight was a little bit of a night where it felt a little bit better. So, I don't know. It's crazy because we have him do this tonight and he has 5 turnovers, but it feels better than Mike when he plays 16 minutes and does literally nothing. So, next up, Jalen Clark. Let's see. Oh, Ice God's yelling. What did Ice God say? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking crazy in the chat, Ice God. But anyways, get your grades in for Jalen Clark. 15 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 3 of 4 shooting. Had 2 fouls. This felt like a good Jalen Clark night. We are getting to the point though where defensively he gets beat off the dribble like every night, and also gets a pullback or gets a somebody does like a pullback dribble and he just goes flying once a night. It's like, there's I meant to mention this last stream. He talked about there's this Twitter account that's for Dwight Powell. Like it's like, did Dwight Powell get hit in the eye or face or something like that? And like every game he does, and last night he did. And I forgot I didn't look at the Twitter account. They've maybe given up since the weird stuff in Dallas, but there should be a new Twitter account for Wolves After Dark that is did Jalen Clark get beat on a step back? And it's like a lot of every game it happens once. So, but no, he was really good tonight. Clark County all the way. Cash. Ooh, the real Clark 22. Yeah. I know. I just realized that the other day they had the same number and name, and I was like, wait a second. I actually like Clark's game tonight for sure. He felt pretty good. Cash. Yeah, he hit threes. Here's the thing. When he looks like this, like he played tonight, I'm way more comfortable with a Giannis type trade. Again, I'm not saying that 7 points is like incredible, but like his game tonight, also he hit a 3 during like a foul play. So really he should have had 10 points. But like, if he's capable of getting that like 7 to 13 points on any given night and on every night, then yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable. I mean, this is the whole reason we felt comfortable getting rid of Nikhil. I mean, we weren't comfortable getting rid of Gilgeous-Alexander Walker, but like we had to get rid of somebody, and he was going to be the most expensive. Jalen Clark, TJ, and Dillingham all had moments last year where it was like, hey, we got to make room for somebody to get more minutes. And we get rid of Nah, and then suddenly Clark, TJ, and Dilly all suck or are injured. So no, this was a promising game from Clark. I will put him. I think, was it Cash? He was 3 or 4. We could do Cash, or we could do kind of in between. I think we could do the in between. I think that makes a little bit more sense for him tonight, because he was kind of both for him and our expectations coming in. I expected no points. I expected decent defense at times, and that's what it ended up being. So, I know I've missed this Clark too. Hit a 3 that got waved up. Exactly. We're all in the same wavelength over these last 2 days, chat. This is amazing. Clark County is fair. Clark was Clark. Yeah, I think so. This was the old Clark. I'll take it. All right. Next up, let's do Nas Reed. Oh yeah, Mike did not play, so we'll put Mike down here. Mike looked pretty dapper tonight, though, but no. Nas Reed. Did I say Nas Reed? Yes. He had 18 points in 29 minutes, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 6 of 10, 4 of 8 from 3, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. This was a good Nas game, and he had some shots again tonight. His pull-up threes are just like he's fading to the side. He's got degree of difficulty on a lot of his shots. It's seriously impressive. He was incredible. I really enjoyed him tonight. And again, this is one of those games where it's like, well, if we didn't have Randall and if we didn't have Randall and Jaden and we did have Nas and Giannis or something like that, I love that. If this is how he's going to play as a starter, that would be incredible. But HSD Cash, I like that. Nas might have to be a whole two-way package tonight. Nas was Cash plus. Nas was hot early. Only looks good on the bench. Yeah. Defense was locked down. He did have some good defense tonight too. Looking like 6th man of the year lately. Yeah, and the other 6th man of the year candidate, AJ Mitchell, was sitting on the bench tonight. Blocking, he didn't bite like usual. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. This was a really good game. I don't know where to put him. I feel like I might just put him in Cash, just like regular Cash. I'm like kind of close to HSD. I think we'll do this. He's not quite halfway between HSD and Cash, but he's dipping his toes into HSD. I think that's kind of where he is. It's Cash plus, but biting fakes. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Half Cash. Yeah. Kind of what I'm doing. I think that makes sense. So, but no, Nas played well. He was a plus. Where was he? Plus 11 tonight. I mean, everybody was pretty plus tonight, so it doesn't really matter. Other than the bench unit, which was a minus 10. Wow. So yeah, great game from Nas. Next up, let's do Dante DiVincenzo. The grades in for Dante. Dante, I gotta take a swig of water. My mouth is dry. Also, we're only 3 likes away from a t-shirt giveaway, and then 75 likes or 25 more likes for a hoodie giveaway, which I know a lot of you have been asking for. Okay. Dante DiVincenzo. He had 11 minutes, or my gosh, I keep saying this backwards tonight. He had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He made 4 shots. He was 4 of 13 tonight, so not a great shooting night, but had some pretty, honestly, like A1 defensive moments. These moments that he had against Shea were awesome. Now, some of these were like OKC, what I would consider OKC's normal defense, where they're mauling the player and should be getting called for a foul. But hey, I think that this is totally fair because this is what OKC has done to us countless times in the past and in the playoffs last year and to every other team. So if they're going to get away with it, if Dort is going to get away with that, if Shea is going to get away with literally holding the forearms of players as they're dribbling, well, then I think this is fair. So, but yeah, this was, I mean, offensively, of course, it wasn't really that good. He had a couple good shots, like a couple meaningful shots, but the defense was it was seriously so good. HSD DV. Ooh. DDV Clark County Jail. It might be Clark. There's a part of me that almost wants to go HSD just because they were such high impact defensive moments. But Clark County makes a lot of sense. I think because the 4 of 13 is kind of crazy, but HSD for Dante, just his physicality again. And also again, he's making these clutch plays sometimes in clutch moments, like in the 4th, when we got down to only like a 10-point lead or 12-point lead or whatever it was in the 4th, he's there to hit a 3, take us back, give us some comfort. He's been doing that a lot recently. Maybe not, well, he hasn't been doing that a lot, but he has been it has been happening more often where he is coming through in clutch moments. So he was definitely clamping them up, butterfly. Holy cow. I think this feels too low. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put him in Clark. Okay. We'll put him in Clark County. And then we're going to see if I can learn how to do this again. we're gonna give him a little bonus star. There you go. Because it was worth a little bit more than Clark County Jail, in my opinion. Like he was Clark County Jail, but like just the effort, the impact, everything that he does. The team followed him tonight in that effort category because he always plays this way. Um, but the rest of the team stepped up to his level, so he brought it a whole other level. Almost said one of my wife's least favorite sayings in a whole nother. But luckily, she is not here. The door is closed. She can't hear me. And I know she's not watching the show. Um, yes. Was a fan of putting him on Shea. Yeah, that was like, well, because in the playoffs last year, especially against OKC, if you guys look back, I mean, you don't have to watch. That would be like really weird. But like, if you watch our post games after the games, I was really critical of Dante. I think in that series because his defense was like, I mean, so bad. Like whatever you think of his defense was tonight, it was the exact opposite. Um, I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. He played really well tonight though. I think in his interview, Jaden hit on the head. Dante does stuff nobody wants to do. Yeah, I just heard the tail end of that. He said something funny. I don't remember, but like the video. Bring your ass, right? We got to get some merch. Devo has been a dog. He has been a dog. I appreciate you, Sam Squatch. Long time WAD Squad viewer, maybe even all the way back to Built from day one. I can't remember. Could be wrong. But anyways, yeah, he really did. And if we can have that, if Dante's going to be able to do that for us against OKC, well, then I'm ready. Dante gets Clark County plus a little star, the rare star of genius. I don't know what we want to call it. Okay. Next up, let's do Julius Randle. Let's get that out of the way. Julius Randle only played 25 minutes, probably for a good reason. Really weird game from him. So yeah, he played 25 minutes, had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Again, like I said at the beginning of the show, okay, he was 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, only had 2 turnovers, only had 3 fouls. His offense tonight was really sped up at times, really uncomfortable at times, the stuff that we've talked about not liking. But on the flip side, he just had like immediately he ripped the ball away from Shea where it was like, okay, what is into Randall right now? But no, I think he felt pretty good defensively tonight. I don't know that I want to go HSD or not HSD. I don't know that I want to go Clark County Jail, but like his defense might have been enough. He's definitely not Wancho. I mean, offensively, I feel like we're on the lower half of the tier list at the very minimum. But his defense, I think he really did play good defense. And there were times, like Manimal said, where he was a little bit more like that Jokic mindset. Of course, he's not Jokic, but like, just playing a little bit more that style where you're kind of backing down the defense, making them collapse. Like, get 4 people on you, but don't try to take it up against 4 people. Get 4 people on you and then pass it out. Kind of the same thing Towns would do, except Towns was different. Towns would bring defenders out to the 3-point line and then get them still stuck. Our power forwards are just lost in the sauce apparently every year. But I think this is where I am too. Julius's defense alone was enough to put him in nice. I kind of agree. I just don't know that I could put him in Clark County Jail. Because like I feel like Clark County Jail is like what Dante did tonight defensively. Like it's like another level. But he really did play pretty well. Let's do in between nice. Nice. Yeah, he's nice. I think nice makes sense. Randall is like if Dort was 6'9" tonight. Yeah. We could, here's what we'll do. I see what you guys are saying. I'm going to do similar to Nas because I don't think that it's 50-50. I don't think it's like this. I'm going to do like he's got his toe. Get his toe in Clark County Jail. Look at the new tier list brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring, giving us this great ability to move it 1 or 2 pixels more than what we normally did. Okay. I support that decision, K Brewer says. Also, longtime viewer. Okay. Also, you guys keep saying CCJ, and I always forget what that is, but I obviously remember now. So, anyways, Randall, great defense, questionable offense, but we got the win. Let's do Rudy. Rudy, he played 34 minutes. He had 14 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 4 of 8 from the line. He's still only shooting 50%. It's either a swish or an air ball, no in between. No turnovers, only 1 foul. And I thought he played pretty well tonight. This was, I mean, he played good defense. And I think a little bit more of it was like the weird offensive dominance. Like his ability to draw fouls is a great thing for our team and something that Finch has clearly tried to do forever with him. But he needs to make free throws. We need him to be back at that like 65, 66, 67% chance for like or free throw percentage. Because right now, what did they say? He's like 51. Like it can't be 50. It needs to be, maybe it doesn't even have to be 65, like I'm saying. It could just be 60, you know. Because you just need to be able to make him more. It can't be like the old Mitchell Robinson or Shaq where it's like, oh my gosh, it was like 30 or 40%. Like that can't be the case. 50 is not okay either. But he was good tonight. Yeah, like 5 air balls. I know it's bad. It's bad. And he had a fadeaway one point where he was trying to like draw a foul. Confusing play. But overall, I really think he was actually pretty good. Offensive boards tonight too. That's true. Yep, that was important. We got to start calling him Rudy Gobert, Rudy Gobert, because that man is a walking double, kind of like Drake May or something like that. I think it's similar. Maybe just a teensy bit higher than what Randall is right here. I think it's kind of like, oh, we lost him for a second. Let me do this. Let's do that. Because I think he was closer to both than Randall because he had the offense there as well. You could maybe even make a case that he should be in between Cash and Clark County Jail, but I just don't think based on, because again, I don't have this in the note there, but like based on our expectations is kind of part of what is baked into the tier list. So like, I mean, I kind of expect a 14 and 11 night from him. And like, this was just a really solid night. So I don't know that I want to go all the way to like Cash or something like that. So, but yeah, HSD, he's a bully. I don't disagree. He was a bully. And I think that was a little bit more the first half than the second half. But yes. Dream wish list for the season. Rudy hits a 3 and starts shooting free throws in granny style. I don't even think he needs to shoot him in granny style. He shot fine for the last 2 years. I just don't understand why he's suddenly off now. Not this. Well, and again, when he was shooting fine, as I say, I'm not saying he was shooting 80%, but like he was shooting between 60 and 70%, and I will take that. So, yeah, I don't know. Very weird. That Rudy fade was tough. That was not tough. If that went in, that was tough. Maybe, yeah, we need the Rudy Gobert fadeaway moment that we had in Denver, but against OKC. He's saving it for the playoffs. I think this is a fair grade for Rudy. Next up, we're going to do not Ant. We're going to do Jaden McDaniels and then Ant. Get your grades in for Jaden McDaniels. They got Giannis Antetokounmpo, but we got Jaden McDaniels. That doesn't make any sense right now, but pretend that was cool. Pretend that was hard. 31 minutes. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 8 of 11, 5 of 5 from 3. Only 2 turnovers, only 3 fouls. Pretty crazy. This was a very, very good night for Jaden. Like a very good night. Manimals is A1. Manimals never going to forget this game. Jaden was everything from Clark County to HSD tonight. I think this is kind of where I am. HSD, 21 points, 5 of 5 from 3, plus 18 Cash. Honestly, I think it's at least Cash. We might be entering higher than that. HS, MF, and D. Jaden A1 or HSD. You know, the only thing I don't think it's an A1, but that's just because of how strict I am with my rules on A1. But the only reason that I'd consider A1 is because there's a possibility that him playing this well tonight kept him on the Timberwolves. Like, maybe not. Maybe the Giannis trade is like a a complete smokescreen for something else, and we're just helping out another team, doing the team a favor, another GM a favor, whatever. Who knows? It could be totally made up. It could also just be insiders just trying to pretend like they know something, and then Tim Connelly's just letting it happen to see what happens. But there's a percentage chance out there that Jaden McDaniels playing incredible tonight kept him on the team. So there's a part of me that might remember this game. It might be an unforgettably amazing game. I think we're missing some signature moments, which I think that probably is what I need to add here. I need to add like signature moment as well to A1 because I think that is an important distinction between like an HSD is like top game, and then A1 is like unbelievable impact moments, like not impact moments, unforgettable moments, unforgettable game. So I think what I'm gonna do, yeah, butterfly. If Jaden goes, I go. Hey, we'll lose a lot of viewership if Jaden McDaniels leaves the Timberwolves. I'm gonna do something a little funky. It's the theme of the night. Okay, he's HSD. Okay, he's at least HSD, and we're gonna put him just a hair into A1, just a teensy tiny. Not his big toe, his pinky toe is in A1 because there is that small possibility that he might have saved his Timberwolves career, maybe, but that could be me just dramatizing this entire thing. So, HSD is the floor for Jaden here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. He played so well tonight. I mean, this was like, we kept saying it in the Discord. We were like, okay, Jaden, you need to chill out. Otherwise, on the flip side, I'm saying that he saved his Timberwolves career. It also could have convinced the Milwaukee Bucks that like, hey, wait, Jaden is the player that we want. Regardless, it would be a slightly unforgettable moment. So you sell high, you could, but it's tricky with Jaden because it's like we've seen progression. He has gotten better. I'm not saying I haven't been frustrated with him this season with not having enough offensive output, but I don't know. I think that there is room for improvement. He's still only 24 or 25 years old as well. I'd love to see him and Ant just grow together. I'd love to see Jaden turn. He doesn't have to turn into Giannis, but like if he can turn into the best version of himself, I don't know that we need to trade him. I like it. So brushing A1 is perfect. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. So yeah, I know. It's such a tricky one because it's like I like Giannis. I like Giannis the person. I like Giannis the basketball player. Everything about him, I really do. I'm Greek, so we're related. No, but although he is a Sagittarius, and I am also a Sagittarius, so this is good. And him and Ant are good matches, apparently, astrology wise. Did I say that right? I don't know. Yeah, I heard that we can watch it in a second here. I might pull it up actually. I'll try to pull it up after this. But I saw some tweet come through that Ant was like national TV or something. I don't remember. And speaking of Anthony Edwards, last player of the night tonight. Anthony Edwards, get your grades in for Ant. And if you haven't already, like the stream. We're at 54 likes, which means we're only 20-ish away from a hoodie giveaway. Okay? Hoodie giveaway as well as a t-shirt giveaway. Because we've already surpassed a t-shirt giveaway. And if we get to 100 likes, we do a ticket giveaway. Anyways, Anthony Edwards, 26 points in 35 minutes. He had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. 9 of 17 shooting, only 4 of 10 from 3, 4 of 5 from the line. Did have 3 turnovers, only 1 foul. This was an all-around superstar game. I know that this wasn't like an eye-popping stats game. I know that this wasn't like there wasn't any like crazy like impact moments or anything like that. Manimal, what the heck? But I think Ant's a Leo, right? Anyways, this was just like a super professional game from Ant. Besides that one technical, I hated that moment. Even though I think he did get fouled. I don't think that's an emotional take. I think he actually was like rewatch that. Shea is holding his arm, I believe. So, but he was playing great. Cash plus for Ant. Cash. Ant probably nice cash for me. Thought he was going to have a huge scoring game after I did too. I was 100% totally believing before the game even. I was like, because we like Big Boy in the Discord in the over under channel does the over unders, and they had Ant at 29 and a half, and I was like, dude, I'm so positive that Ant is blown by 29 and a half. Like, I just think that he is going to go for 35, if not 40. And immediately he hits the first two shots of the game, and it was like, okay, or first two shots for us of the game, and both threes, and he was just lacing them. It felt really good, looked really good, and his effort was great tonight. I really think this was a super good game. First quarter was cash, the rest was nice. I think there was a little bit more maybe than the first quarter that was cash, but the first quarter was definitely like incredible. It was really good. But yeah, I don't know. I think thank you, Renz. Thank you. I think he did. I agree. No, I really do think that if we're basing this off of like what we expect out of Ant, I mean, I think this was like above average. Like, I mean, not stat wise, because this is like pretty much like exactly like what is his actual averages? His actual averages on the season. Wow, he's averaging 29 points. He's averaging 29, 5, and 4. And he had 26, 5, and 5. This is like right on par with that. And we took him out early in the fourth because, well, not that early, but like 5 minutes early. So could have had some clutch scoring, which is where he's done no, but anyways, all of this yapping to say Ant had a great game. This was really watching him be this locked in defensively, especially early. That's awesome. I love to see that. And that does give me a little bit of comfort going into later in the season, the playoffs, because I want Ant to be that defensive player. I've recently been referring to him as a little bit more of like a closer defender where he can kind of engage in like one possession in the quarter and then that's it. Which is good, but like you want to have that ability to kind of surprise somebody and take them by surprise and just have suffocating defense. But when he plays defense like he did, especially in the first quarter, along with his amazing offensive game, I mean, that first quarter was truly special. So, but I think it's probably cash. I could see somebody maybe making an argument that maybe he should also have a little hair in HSD, but I think this is a pretty comfortable cash game from Ant. Plus 24, felt like it every time he was out there, just dominating, taking on responsibilities. I mean, he still gets lost off ball defensively. I'm not saying he's a perfect all around defender, but like on ball, when he decides to lock in, he is a good defender. So, I agree when Ant does want to lock someone down easily. He's one of the best ball defenders in the league. Exactly. But there we go. Mike Conley didn't play. A1. I loved it. Baron J did play. Again, I'm not rating any of these guys. I'd really like to see TJ come back. I really wish TJ was back for us to judge him a little bit more right now, because I just want to know like where he is. So Finch rating, please. Finch tonight was well, I mean, it's hard. This is one of those games where it's a little bit more hard because it's less like play calling, it's less like motivating the team. I mean, he did motivate the team, but like we were up so much of the game by kind of a lot that it was a little bit more just like, hey, our skilled players are making skilled plays. So I struggle on rating. I mean, I always struggle rating him on a gamely basis because what we need to make actually, and what I should make, and I know I say this all the time, but this is, right now, this is kind of a one-man show and a one-man crew. It's tough for me to, in my spare time, have time because I want to make something that's more of like a Finch graph for the season. Like, where do we feel like, where is he on like a flow or emotional chart, because like right now I'm okay. I'm not too disappointed with Finch recently. He's been playing Berenger a little bit more. Of course, tonight was different. He didn't play him, but we were also doing well. So I feel like he was pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. He called timeouts during the comebacks. That's true. He did. But I don't know that I'm like, are we giving a grade off of just like the timeouts? Like if it's just off the timeouts, that feels boring to me. I feel like we need more than that, So, but he did. You're right. He did. But yeah, that was a fun game. Pretty fun. Fourth quarter got a little boring and a little scary, but overall, pretty good. And yeah, I mean the rotations were good tonight. Um, it, but it's like it worked tonight. But of course, like if it didn't work, then like it's very difficult. It's just very difficult. So and yes, love Vidina. It's impossible. It's so difficult to grade coaches because it's like I don't want to just grade them based off of the timeouts that they take or like the words that we see that we hear in like the like there has to be like an impact moment. Like the last time we played OKC where he got ejected. It's like, okay, well, that clearly motivated the team that night. Not only motivated the team, I mean, that drastically changed like the landscape of the NBA. All these teams suddenly started getting a lot more favorable calls and less crazy good or crazy like flopping from earning OKC stuff. So that's all pretty good. And that feels good. Well, let's see. You guys were talking about some clip. I never know how to get to Twitter on a computer now because if I type x.com, I don't think it just works. Like I think that doesn't work. But all right, let's see if we can find Anthony Edwards. What the heck is this? By the way, I've said this before. Here, I'm going to share this tab too instead. Do this. Oh, whoa. I got to do the old tier list here. Boom. Let's see if I can make this a little larger here for you guys. That's crazy. That's Jaden. But this is the person that I told you to follow that I wish would run my Twitter page. This is sorry, I'm updating the layouts here. Maple Wedgie, gotta follow him. This is a crazy picture. Let me see if I can find what you guys are talking about. Or did somebody just send it to me in the Discord? No. Okay. Let's see. Where is I'm just gonna search Anthony Edwards. I guess I could probably search like Prime because is it an interview like on Prime or something? Let's see. Does Wolves Clips have it? No. I need somebody to send me this link. Oh wait. Oh, Andrew Dukowitz? Maybe? Could be. I don't know. Anyways. Well, we'll have to. Oh, Chaz has it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. YouTube. Well, how many likes? Oh, we're almost at 60 likes. Oh my God, I just Googled YouTube accidentally. I'm not that old, I promise. Chaz NBA. Okay, what does he have here? Oh, is it the one with D Wade? We actually might get dinged for this. Well, I guess it's the end of the stream.
Texas is feeling.
Oh my gosh, also we have ads. Are we kidding me? Oh, I'm not on my YouTube premium account. Okay, let's do this. Actually, can I do this? Because then we could do this. Yeah.
5 in the Timberwolves' 12-point win over OKC, and he joined the Nightcap crew on Prime to talk.
Yeah,
There we go.
I like that look too. I like
If we get banned, I'm so sorry, but like the
There's nothing
stream.
like what's happening from Edwards. And I know that every single win is important. You approach these games the same, but another victory against the Thunder in a game that really always feels personal. I want to know, is it personal, and what did nights like this teach you about your team?
Yeah, it's super personal for me because they put us out last year and they got the reigning MVP. So it's super personal. And I think a win like this shows us that like D-Wade was saying, if we bring our defensive intensity every night, we're going to be all right.
And man, what's up, man? It's D-Wade. I talked about before the game, bro. What's up, dog? You remember our film session back in Georgia?
Yep.
I talked about that, man, very early. But outside of that, man, we were in a locker room that we had going crazy tonight. And we were going crazy because we saw the effort and we saw something that we know can get you guys to that next level. And that's the habits that y'all need to actually get to the Western Conference Finals again and get to the finals. And so my question to you is, how does that effort and that focus that y'all showed tonight be the calling card and be the norm for this team every time we watch the Timberwolves play?
I think it starts with me. Like I pick and choose when I want to defend at a super high level, and I think my teammates follow. So I think tonight I came out and decided to defend at a high level, and I just got to do that night in, night out. And we all know how hard that is, but I got to take the challenge and be.
Yeah, this is the thing that is so frustrating, is that it's like he doesn't do this every night. I do, to a degree. I understand that you need to pick and choose your moments where you play your absolute hardest over a long season. I understand that, but I just feel like you have to, like, for him, it's not like he plays 80% nights and then tonight he goes to 100. It's like it's in between. It's more like he plays 100 tonight and then he plays like 30 on defense the other nights. It's just a
willing
different
to do it every
it's a
night.
different thing.
Honesty.
So,
And you are having an incredible season. I know your number one goal above all is being a champion, but I once heard you say that what you want in your career is for people to say, we cannot guard him. How close are you to reaching that level?
I'm not as close as I want to be, but I'm close. I'm not as close as I want to be, but I'm close. Because I still don't like the fact that, they think certain people can guard me and stuff like that. So I'm not as close as I want to be.
well, I mean, certain people can guard you. That is a fact.
Hey, Ant-Man, I got one thing for you. Just do me one favor. Don't
What
ever
is that,
change,
OG?
dog. Don't ever change.
Oh, you already know it.
Add to your
You know me.
Add to your portfolio a little bit, but don't ever change, man.
You know I got you.
For
I
sure.
got
Hey,
you.
you was in my bag tonight too, and the split the screen Euro. You was in my bag
Hey,
tonight.
man, I be watching film on you, man. You already know, man. You want to chip real early, man. I'm trying to be like you.
You tell him how ugly that jacket is you got on?
No, I can't see it for real. It looks smooth though.
Hey,
He-
don't worry, it's a
he-
06 championship jacket. Don't even worry about it. Don't.
Yeah, it don't matter how ugly it
Hey,
is. It's a championship jacket.
Hey, tell him it's always
it
a
was ugly
treat
in
when two
06
players
too.
meet, D-Wade.
I love it. And last one for you. Listen, I already know your favorite movie, but what's been on the watch list? What should we tap into?
I ain't gonna lie. Have y'all seen The Rip?
Yes.
I heard about
Oh,
That's
there
in
we
Dade
go.
County. You know I seen
right.
that, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you decent know what's going on. Hey, I gotta go watch The Rip, man. It's new on Netflix. Me and my old lady watched it the other night. I think it's one of the best movies I ever
Me and
seen.
my old lady. Is there anything else in
All
this
right, we'll
interview?
tap
that I
in.
missed?
Thank you so much for
Yep.
your time, Ant. Keep going.
All right, appreciate y'all.
No, that's it. That wasn't that crazy. I thought I saw something. Somebody posted something on Twitter that made it seem like Ant was talking crazy in an interview, but maybe not. Anyways, cool. Well, Timberwolves win. How about that? How many likes are we at? We're at 61 likes, so we're at least doing a t-shirt giveaway. We could also do some Chris Finch sock merch giveaways. Oops, I only have this shirt right now with me. I don't think I have any other merch with me right now. But it'll be in the Discord. If you don't already know, and if you're not already in the Discord, you need to join. That's where all the fun is. That's where all the giveaways are, right up here in the corner. Make sure you scan that, join the Discord, have some fun with us, be a nice human, and that's where we have it. And Best Wolves Podcast, I appreciate that. I don't think that's true. I think this is just a fun place to hang out for all of us, including myself. But I appreciate the kind words. As always, you've been here for a while too, Cam Goat. Cam, appreciate it. But it didn't have the Jaden part. Well, we'll all go watch the Jaden part on our own, I think. I don't want to get banned. So, anyways, I appreciate you all for showing up. Join the Discord. Next game is what day? Let me see. Oops, I'm in October. Next game is Saturday, normal time, 7 p.m. Central. And then Monday, looks like 6:30 p.m. Central. And then another 6:30 p.m. Central game on Wednesday. And that Friday is a 7 p.m. game. So it's Grizzlies, at Toronto, and then home against. And then we have a 4-game homestand before the All-Star break, which that includes the Pelicans, the Clippers, the Hawks, and the Trailblazers. All right. We're getting to the end of the season, or we're getting near the end of the season. I guess it's not impossible that we could trade somebody before the end of this, but we already kind of talked about that. We don't have too much else to say. If I really don't anticipate this being the case, especially not before the next game. But if this was anybody's last game, like if this was Jaden's last game, if it was Nas's last game or Randall's last game or whatever, I mean, if especially Jaden, that would be really sad. But of course, that the only way that we're getting rid of Jaden is if it's for an elite player, which would obviously be good too. So we'll see. That thumbnail is crazy. And if you like the thumbnail, you have to like the video. WCAM, appreciate that. Appreciate that comment as well. I don't want to say it though, because it might get us banned on YouTube. Who knows anymore? I'm gonna do Sudoku. I mean, I hope that you actually mean Sudoku. 4th gen flooring. It's like TSR, time for your floors. Get it done. I love it. We're coming up with slogans. But yes, if you do want to check out 4th gen flooring, boom. Oh, info right there. Get this comment out of here. Check them out. DM me, DM them, anything. And they will help you out there. Anyways, 52 wins. Still possible. Intro as the outro. We are 30-19 and the 5th seed. Love to see it. We'll see you Saturday evening. Peace.
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the World Championship.
Edwards